Hello, Janet, Papa G. Who else is on? Russ, Bill Woods. Good to see you guys on. Well, tonight, guys, we're back on a regular schedule. Don't know how the schedule's going to go. Ron's home. He's sitting over in his chair right across from me. As I said, I don't know how the schedule's going to go. When he was in the hospital, I was really excited about doing the afternoon shows, and whether or not we do them at night or we do them in the daytime, what my schedule is looking like right now is daytime Monday and Friday, unless something big hits. And then nighttime on Wednesday. If there's a couple good stories, I could be doing daytimes the other 2 days also. And then if I do, I might just go ahead and do a Friday. But I will let everybody know in plenty of time. I'm getting mixed reviews. A lot of people are liking the daytime, the shorter versions, which the shows are going to be shorter from now on, guys. I've been noticing, I did a lot of research while Ron was in a hospital, and I noticed that at a certain level, we lose people. I know one of my favorite people on this whole show is Myrna. Good to see you, Ian, and Family Channel. See if anybody else is new that I haven't mentioned. John, good to see you. I know a lot of people are saying they like the afternoons because they're different places where they can see them. Other people can't. Thing I like about the afternoons is I can go and make supper. Now tonight, me and Ron won't eat supper until, depending on how long the show goes. But anyway, that's kind of where we're at, and I will keep everybody informed. I want to talk a little bit about the children. You know, Jimmy and Patriot 11, Karate Kid, and Wyatt Earp is our queen, and Hunter, her brother. I want to talk about Boogie, Boogs, Boogaloo, and Boogaroo, Leona and Leilan. I'm hoping I get them all. My grandkids, Patriot Super Gymnast, the Little Monkey, Patriot 7, Patriot Small Hank, and Patriot Kira. And to all of you kids, we love you all. Jimmy, there's some great news going on about the beds, which I'm going to discuss in the show tonight. You know, for the kids, what I want to address tonight is I had the little monkey in the car with me today, and she wanted to listen to music. And I'm turning around trying to find a channel that I would like, but she would like too. And all of a sudden, the song come on, and the song is for the kids tonight. And it's for everybody on the show tonight. The name of the song was Don't Stop Believing. And that's what we can't do. See, because my goal for the kids, and I've told this many times, one of my main humanitarian projects, if and when we ever get this thing revalued, because I know the man is doing great things, and I'm not even going to discuss it there. I'll discuss it in my show. But if and when we ever get to the humanitarian projects, kids and animals, truthfully, the elderly is my main thing. Yes, I talk about redoing my town, and that's going to be done. But I will talk about my projects tonight to give people ideas. What, if you want to work with Ron and me, we can look forward to. But I don't hide the fact that I want to make sure before God either takes me to heaven in heaven, or if we continue to stay here for whatever in heaven on earth. And when he says, okay, Patriot 5, your mission is completed, you can live and enjoy. And I enjoy life doing what I'm doing. It's kind of nice when you dress like I do and one day you don't, because you have the shirt on under your coat, but you had your coat zipped up because it was cold. And people at your grandkids' school get on your daughter because what's the matter with your dad? He didn't have his red shoes on. He didn't have his patriotic shirt on. He wasn't dressed like we're not used to that. We like the other look. The hat I got, I'm getting a lot of compliments on. But to the kids, Jimmy, I talked to you about the beds, Patriot 11. I was driving, bringing Ron home. I got a car to bring him home. And before I went to the hospital to get him, I had to drive 20 some miles, almost 30 miles out to pick up medicine for me. And as I'm driving on this one highway, 113, I see this for sale sign, this beautiful ranch with horses and everything, just what I'm looking for. And Patriot 11, you come to my mind. Yesterday, I'm sitting at my grandkids' basketball game, my grandson, the Patriot 7. And Patriot Super Gymnast was sitting in front of me, and she's got her pad and she's drawing. And she drew the most beautiful dress you would wear for like a prom, a homecoming dance or something. And I thought how beautiful my granddaughter would look in it. And then I thought how beautiful our little princess, our queen, would look in it. And, it just, your kids are always coming to my mind. I know John and me have talked on a lot of occasions about the Boogs and their willingness to need the beds. And, talking to the little monkey today, we got talking about she brought him up. And I do have a funny story to tell about her. She brought him up and she said, Grandpa, when you get on them, is it going to make you smarter? And I said, well, I don't know why. And she says, because you're already the smartest guy I know. I don't want you to be too smart so you think you don't want to be with me. And I said, that'll never happen. But this is a little girl that mommy and daddy finally broke down and bought cable. Instead of streaming, they got actual live TV where they can pick the channels they want to watch. And the other morning, a week ago today, they had to get up and take Liam, Patriots 7, to the doctor in Chicago for his allergies. He needs the beds bad. And they needed to take him up there. And at 5 o'clock in the morning, my son-in-law, Grandma Bo's grandson, was watching the weather. And my granddaughter started yelling, no, Daddy, turn that off. Turn that off. They're bad. They're bad. They're going away, Daddy. They're going to jail. And my daughter says, who did you hear that from? And she said, my grandpa. And he never lies to me. When the hat was inaugurated, she literally, a lot of you have seen the video. Guys, my goal is to make sure every kid is like my kids. I have a mom and a dad or whatever. I'm not going to go into everything. You guys know my feelings, but some of my feelings offend some people. They don't believe in it. So I'm just going to say, I'm not going to rest until I know all the kids are safe and they all have someone that is taking care of them as a parent, loving them. And that's my goal. Anybody who wants to come along with that journey is welcome. And the kids, you too. So that being said, I'm going to move on and play the music and say the pledge first, and then we're going to get into the show. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Things were gone start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, where the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, oh, from sea to shining sea. From Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, oh, and I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I'd gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt of this land. God bless the USA. God bless this country. And I'm proud to be an American. At least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Yes, God bless the USA. I'm proud to be an American, where we are free, but freedom is coming at a high cost, guys. It's coming at a high cost, but it's there for us and it's there for the taking. So when I first came on the show tonight, I mentioned some things. And if you guys can help me, I'd appreciate it. Because I've been listening to the hat. He's going to abolish taxes. And he's going to do it by tariffs. You and I know, with everything that they've confiscated from the bad, especially the VAT, we know that they don't have to worry about taxes from us illegally taking our money. We know this for a fact. But people who doesn't have their eyes open do not know this. But see, all you hear is, oh, it won't work. It won't work. It worked. Tariffs worked with no tax for, what was it, 50 years, 60 years? We was the strongest financially we ever were. But now it won't work. Why? Because the people who don't have their eyes open are totally brain dead. All they see in front of them is they don't care if they're taxed. If you're making $150,000 a year, you don't care that you're taxed. And then I looked at a guy the other day and I said, but if you're making that, you and your wife are making that together, and they're just charging you a mere 10%. That's $15,000 a year. And you're big into savings, because we can't have money in the bank that's available to use. We got to put it in all this stuff where if you're lucky, you get a couple percent instead of, It's a sad state we live in. But the tariffs will work. They've worked before. And two of the countries that we put the tariffs on, oh, now we're giving them a 30-day reprieve because they're going to put soldiers at their borders to keep the bad people and the drugs from coming into our country. Well, what are we going to do after 30 days? We're going to keep them there? Oh, no, we'll let them go, and then the bad people will come in anyway. Are we going to build a wall around the whole United States of America where no one can come in, but they can climb? They'll just climb over the walls. And I'm not mad at the man. I think he's doing some great things. But you know what? All we heard for the last 4 years is he couldn't do this because of Sleepy in the office, and he wanted him to get no credit. Well, then by God, it's time he gives us some credit. How many months have we been promised Social Security increase? Oh, we did get it because of the last guy that was in. He gave us a whole whopping 2%. But evidently that's enough. You know, when you're a billionaire, you don't think about the little people. And that's exactly what he's doing. The things he's doing right now is for show only, guys. It's for show. He's getting to sign all of these things that we don't understand what he's signing. And even if he signs them, he goes away from them 2 weeks later. I'm not mad at him. I believe he's going to do the job. But we were told that he was going to get this stuff done. When? After he has 5 or 6 more parties, after him and his richest man in the world goes out and, does whatever they want to do. See how upset I am, guy? And I'm not upset. I'm just trying to state my feelings. That's what I'm hearing, John, 10% now. It goes from 10 to 11 to 12. But the whole thing is, John, if we never get it there, it doesn't matter what number they put there. Because I know every place I go, I'm still paying tax on things I'm buying. I mean, I went into a place the other day. I bought $5 worth of stuff. Tax in Illinois is 7.5%. And they charged me almost $7. And I said, what kind of taxes? And the person looks at me like a deer caught in the headlights. Well, what do you mean? I just hit the button and the button comes up like this. I mean, it reminds me of going back to the old fruit market. And there's one fruit market that me and Ron would stop every Christmas Eve. And we were their last customer. The minute we stopped and got big bags of mixed nuts and fruit and stuff like that for Christmas Day, because that's how we was raised. We got a tray with candy, fudge, cookies, an apple, an orange, a tangerine, and mixed nuts. So we would stop, and when we would stop and get that, as soon as we left, the owner would say, okay, the Anderson boys have left. We can close up now. Let's go have Merry Christmas. Sometimes we was in there at 4 in the afternoon. Sometimes we didn't get there till 7 at night, finishing our shopping. And that's what we would do. But see, the reason I told that story is because towards the end, the last couple years, the daughter that worked there decided, well, you know what? They're going to keep us here a little later tonight. I'm going to get back at them. So when we get our mixed nuts, that thumb on the scale trick, put that thumb down on it, and all of a sudden you got an extra pound you're paying for. And when I called her out on it, and her dad looked at her and checked it out and said, oh my God, said, you can't run a register no more. But guys, it's just, that's what he reminds me of. He is giving us the candy, but not allowing us to eat it. He's giving us the mixed nuts, but not allowing us to crack them to eat them. He is painting a beautiful picture. And I seen Patriot Diane with 2 N's today said, greatest president ever. And what he said he is. And he will go down probably as that. But in December, not January, December, we were promised the R&R money would come out. Or no, the Social Security money would come out. But They were 6 months behind. So in order to catch up, we not only was going to get our raise for the December, but they was going to catch us up 1 month until we were completely caught up. We were going to get double pay. That was 6 months in December. We didn't get it. So it'd be 7 months in January now. I'm tired of listening and someone saying something and say, well, actually we're on this calendar. Come out and tell us what calendar we're on, because, the people who don't know about other calendars, they don't understand it. But even being on that calendar that's 13 days difference, he's not making his deadlines. And I hope as you listen to me, you don't think I'm sitting here in a griping session that I'm mad. I'm not mad. I just want to see him do something for actually the people. The people. Quit worrying about having dances where they wear $1 million dresses. I could care less if his granddaughter only wore a $200 dress. A $200 dress. And they're making a big deal. Well, she could have it was only cost $200. $200 is 1/10. More than 1/10 of what I make a month. And they're upset because she only wore a $200 dress. Maybe she's got common sense and doesn't want to flaunt it. Now, we keep hearing all of this stuff is going to happen. All of this stuff is going to happen. So, as I said, I don't want to ramble and rave. I had to get this out of me, guys. What I went through the last 3 weeks ago tonight, at just before midnight, I called for them to come get Ron and take him to the hospital. So the last 3 weeks have been a little bit of a lot building up inside of me. And I think I hit the point today where I said, I got to get it out. And I'm sorry if I'm offending people with what I'm saying. I'm just trying. Hi, Elaine. Golden Arrow. Myrna, good to see you here. Susie Q. Susie Q, I seen you on another show the other day. You're a moderator. Congratulations. I don't remember what show it was, though, unless there's another Susie Q, but I think you're the one and only. So let's see what we can talk about. Oh, one thing we have to remember now. Okay, guys, this is where we got him, because I'm a firm believer in junior and senior.
I think Papa G was on Mark today.
Ron says Papa G was on Mark today.
I think.
Anyway, hey, Jana, good to see you. Anyway, he said that, and I lost my train of thought. I don't know. Let's see what we got. Oh, I'm a firm believer in senior, who I never, ever believed he was gone. And then when I seen the video that he made about the hat and his son, when his son was 2 years old, and said he would fake his own death in the 1990s and come back to help the hat save the country, the world. I believe in them, and Junior has been posting on Telegram for a long time now. It's always been February. February is always the month. I believe one of the things that I heard the other day, yesterday or day before, I believe it's a big step in mankind. When I heard that our new president came out and we do not have, now I may be wrong on this, but this is what I read and heard. We do not have Black History Month anymore because there is no more slaves. Everybody is going to be free. So there will be no more. And, I really and truthfully hope that if that is true, that everybody can accept that, because, see, I've always said about slavery, what they did to the Black people and white people too, back in the 18th, whenever, before, Lincoln took a stand. What they did to these people is totally wrong. But this was back in the 1860s. Look at the generations that have passed. The black people of today, there is no slavery. You can say, well, my ancestors, well, you know what? My ancestor ate an apple, and that's why they say people die. She wasn't supposed to go in and eat the forbidden. She went in and ate the forbidden fruit because when you stop and think about it, if Adam and Eve was the only two people that he created, we're all ancestors of them. You can't live in the past. We are in 2025 and we need to live in 2025 and we all need to come together as everyone. It doesn't matter the color of your skin. Ron's doctor in therapy was a black lady, and she was the nicest doctor I think I've ever met. She was amazing. It doesn't matter. She didn't look and say, you're a white boy, I can't treat you. No, she took care of him and she got him healthy. When we was running some tests on him, she was right there. She didn't have to be. She made it a point to be there for him. And that's what we all got to do. But they say February has always been the month. So I'm going to ask a favor, and it's up to you guys to do it if you want. There's been a lot of people who are getting tired. That's kind of why I'm doing the show the way I'm doing it tonight, because you're tired. You're sick and tired of being sick and tired. And you said you was going to give it till the first of the month. Well, you was going to give it 2 weeks. I talked you into the first of the month, and then I talked you until tomorrow, February 4th. That being said, I hope you continue to stay with us. I really do. I see right now 129 people is on here. It means 129 people have given up part of their life to come on and see what and if Ron has made a couple comments over there that I've shared with you. 129 has given up part of their day to see what we can do. I want to continue this way. I don't know how they figure it, 128, 129, 160, whatever. It's amazing because we'll get a maximum amount of people that actually was on here, and it might be 160 one night. But when I'm closing the show out, it'll say actual views, 2,500. So I don't know if you have to actually come in and chat. Or I have no idea how they do it, but here, let's see what we got. I don't even know what we do have, to be honest with you. Then it takes a while to open. It says here the Titanic didn't sink the way you think. JP Morgan had a first-class ticket on the Titanic, but he canceled at the last minute. His biggest financial rivals stayed on board and never made it back. Here's the truth about the unsinkable ship, and then it just got a picture of it going down. He's showing you without telling you straight up. President the Hat signed an executive order calling for the creation of Sovereign Wealth Fund. And then when you open it up, it says, the big N, forgive credit card, mortgage, and other bank debt due to illegal banking and government activities, abolishes income tax, abolishes IRS, creates a flat rate, non-essential new items only sales tax revenue for government, increases benefits to senior citizens, returns constitutional law, establishes new presidential and congressional elections within 120 days after the Big N announcement, monitors elections and prevents illegal elections activities or special interest groups, creates new U.S. Treasury currency, rainbow currency backed by gold, silver, and platinum, precious metals, returns constitutional law to all our courts and legal matters, initiates new U.S. Treasury bank system in alignment with constitutional law, eliminates the Federal Reserve System, restores financial privacy, retrains all judges and attorneys in constitutional law, ceases all aggressive U.S. government military actions worldwide, establishes peace throughout the world, initiates first phase of worldwide property distribution of vast wealth, which has been accumulating for many decades, releases enormous sums of money for humanitarian purposes, enables the release of new technology such as alternative energy devices. And you know what that would be? That would be the bets. And the 6,000 other things that they have available. Come on. The people who are being arrested, the people who are being tried at the Mo, the people who are being found guilty, and you know what happens when they do, all their assets are frozen. And their other families cannot touch them, period. They will go into the funds. Now, if their other family was deemed to where they really didn't know what was going on or they took a blank eye to it, I'm sure that they're going to get things. You know, there's a lot of people, guys, that are suddenly disappearing. Why would a CEO of Ashley Furniture just walk away from his job? People are you're constantly seeing in the news. Sad news hits today as so and so dies in a crash or so and so commits suicide. You know, it's ongoing. It's just never ending. And the reason I believe it is because the ones that they're saying, you know, died in a crash or something like that, they probably are ones who kind of give up some information. And I think you know what I mean by that. So by giving up some information, their legacy is not being taunted. It's to their family. So they're being able to leave in a way. Now there's others, and you guys seen a lot of them. You've seen a lot of them sitting right behind Carrie Underwood, who they don't stand a stoneball chance in. You know what? So I'm trying to see what I got here. Attention, all deep state operatives, your time is up. This message is for the corrupt, the judges, attorneys, district attorneys, doctors, politicians, governors, senators, mayors, city councilors, county commissioners, sheriffs, bankers, court clerks, county clerks, and who have participated in deception, exploration, and destruction of the people you were supposed to serve. Your reign of corruption ends now. Today marks the turning of the corporation is dead. The republic is restored. President the Hat has freed us from the chains and tyranny of deceit. The power you once wielded through fraud, manipulation, and treason is gone. We, the people, are free at last. Your crimes, financial fraud, human trafficking and theft, property, judicial misconduct, and political treachery are no longer hidden. Military oversight is acting. Evidence is being gathered. Tribunals are coming. You thought your titles and positions made you untouchable. You thought your alliance with the good old boy clubs would shield you. You were wrong. The very system you use to oppress and profit of hardworking Americans will now be your downfall. To those in the banking industry who enslave people through fraudulent debt, your fraud is exposed. To judges and attorneys who ruled and argued in favor of corruption, justice will catch up with you. To politicians who sold out their constitutions for personal gain, your betrayal is documented. To sheriffs, clerks, and commissioners who enable the theft of property and ignore justice, you will be held accountable. The people are awake. The system that protected you is dismantled. There is nowhere to hide. We say to all of you, run if you must, but there is no escaping the truth. Your actions have been treasonous, your crimes unforgivable. The American people are coming for you, not with violence, but with the law, the Constitution, and the truth. This is the new era of freedom, justice, and accountability. The time of corruption is over. Every one of you will face the consequences of your actions. We are free at last. Thank God Almighty justice is here, and there is no escaping it. February 4th, Tuesday, 2 p.m., crypto press conference could be the last piece of the puzzle to launch the RV. I knew it. I knew everything right from the start. I knew how they organized everything. I knew the person that was supposed to drive the car. I knew when they would pronounce my death. The only thing is that they didn't know I knew, so I managed to get out of that situation alive. There is only one person that helped me with everything, and I'm forever grateful to him. That is why I decided to fight for his cause and to help him. Soon, I will show you the real faces of Charles, Camellia, and many others. They are not who you say they are. I will go live in less than a week and share the truth. Invite everyone you know, and this comes from the most beautiful princess ever in the world, in my eyes. Let's see what Judy Bidington has to say. Restored Republic via the GCRs of February 3rd, 2025. Compiled by Judy Bidington, author of 22 Faces Inside the Extraordinary Life of Jenny Hill and Her 22 Multiple Personalities. Activated by Monday, 3 February 2025, Military Sting Operation and Quantum Financial System Global Currency Reset. Ended central banking debt slavery system while the fake media news while the fake news media goes down. Prepare for more mass arrest. The Omicron variant lockdowns. Omicron variant is a code for saving the children in the three-letter organizations and others networks. Judy, note the second Declaration of Independence needed to distinguish the United States of America from subversive United States corporation. The Civil War destroyed Americans' economy. In 1871, Congress worked out a partnership with some European ventures capitalists. By the early 1900s, this privacy-owned cabal controlled mainstream media, including major newspapers. In 1913, these foreign investors established the Anti-Defamation League. In the same 1913, this cabal of foreign investors were granted the authority to tax American people directly. Also, by way of Congress, Also passing the 17th Amendment. This cabal gained control of our currency by pushing through Congress and Federal Reserve Act established in foreign-owned central banking systems. In 1920, Congress, by the way of Independent Treasury Act, turned over the U.S. Treasury Department and its access our gold and silver to this privately owned by the cabal Federal Reserve. In 1921, the Council of Foreign Relations was formed via sponsorship of the City of London to direct President, Congress, and narratives through operators in the news and information networks. What we think we know as of Sunday, February 2025, Sunday 2nd, February 2025, the USINC Corporation is bankrupt along with the privately owned Federal Reserve and IRS, which have been for years functioning on the fiat US dollar. Sunday, February 2nd, 2025, the HAT, New Restored Republic, has second Declaration of Independence along with the U.S. gold to support its stored in the U.S. Treasury near Reno, Nevada. The BRICS nations have instigated the global currency reset. Sunday, February 2025, mass arrests of corrupt politicians, globalists were in progress by the HAT's Global Military Alliance. Top FBI and over 3,000 FEMA personnel have been arrested. Next, top personnel at Department of Justice. Get ready for 10 days of communication darkness. Make sure you have the food, water, and everything. If you don't, the military will step in and help. Fight to save Caitlin and let her go home. February 2nd, 2025, total military controlled deep state destruction from A to Z. The HAT commands tribunals begin. The swamp is being annihilated. That's from Junior on Telegram. The deep state is done, draining the swamp, the final reckoning. But they never saw it coming. What the deep state never anticipated was the largest, most complex military sting operation in history. A plan to expose and trap. That's pretty much it for Judy. It's pretty much it for the show tonight, guys. As I said, I'm trying to get out within 45 minutes or less. We're about 42 minutes. For all of you, I'm glad to see you back. We have 129 people here. Thank you each and every one for coming on. If I didn't catch your name on the side, I was busy talking. I kind of want to apologize for going off early, but I had to get it out of my system, and just talking to myself wasn't working. So you're welcome, Valerie. Hi, Ian. I believe he's going to do a great job. I believe he's going to get it done, but I'm under the thing right now. We have the money. We have people sleeping on the street. The other day, 2 days after Ron got put in the hospital, I had to stay here at his house in the morning as his furnace had went out. We had to get a new furnace put in. We had the little space heaters. I think I had 4 of them running, and when the people come over, they had brought a big heater because they figured the house would be cold. When they walked into my house, Ron's house that morning, it was minus 7 degrees with a wind chill of 25 minus. These guys come in, they took the furnace out, but then they had to keep going up on the roof to fix something up there. Imagine having to go up on the roof with that wind blowing, minus 25, and you have to take your gloves off to work with steel. I felt sorry for them. I made them coffee. I made them hot chocolate. I offered them I'd make them lunch. They diligently worked. They got the furnace in, and now the house is warm. So good things. Hi, Jerry, Russ. I think I said hi to you already, Golden Arrow. Guys, I'm going to call it a night. We're going to get out of here in 45 minutes and less. Might do a show tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. Just look around and see. Good chance we will. Hopefully we'll have some good information with that. Good night. God bless. We love you all. Ron says thank you for all the prayers and all the messages you sent him, and we love each and every one of you.